Well, stocks were just getting crushed out there almost all day Wednesday. Oh my goodness, it was ridiculous. I mean, seriously, look at my finger. It's like broken and jaded now from all the freaking buying I was doing. And my buy button looks exactly like this person right here. It was a party for me and my group all morning long before the Fed finally released its statement, as the market was in extreme fear mode leading up to the announcement. So there were deals just everywhere. Seriously, I made some massive buys, and there were so many buy alerts from the group members that were going off all over the place, and people were sliding into my DMs, blowing me up with buy alerts, that I honestly had a hard time keeping up with it. But we have been honestly buying for the past few weeks now, so when the Fed did its thing and the market rocketed it up, man, it was awesome to see, and there was a lot of happy faces out there. So it must be time for the Santa Claus rally, and then it's off to the moon from there, right? Well, I really wish I could tell you guys that is true and we just timed the bottom perfectly and it's on to the moon from here. But you guys come here for the truth, so that's what I'm going to give you. I just ask in exchange for you to gently tap that like button or smash it if that's what you're into, and consider subscribing to the channel, as it's pretty easy to do. And if you want to join the party with myself and hundreds of other investors who are loving Wednesday morning and all the dip buying and then the run up after that, consider joining the Market Insiders private group, where we are having to limit the spots for the Christmas sale that just went live because of so much demand, and prices are never going to be lower than this again. And with that membership, you get access to 4 free courses that teach you how to plan, do evaluation, build up your cash, and a ton more for about 97% off the price if you had to buy them separately. And you get full access to me, my watch list with price targets, my buy and sell alerts, live weekly Q&As, exclusive videos, and a ton more, so check out the pinned comment. And before blasting me for promoting it, I have no ads, no sponsors. This is what YouTube pays me in a month, and I give half of that and half the group's proceeds to charity. And honestly, guys, it's Christmas time, so it's the time to give.
So, Luke, why the heck are you buying if you don't think we are going to the moon and there's some more pain to come?
That's a great question. So let's look at a few facts to explain why I bought, and then we will talk about what the Fed is actually doing and how it will affect the markets, and why I'm not calling it to the moon just yet. And we'll talk about exactly what you need to do to survive all of this. I bought simply because the stocks hit my price targets and nobody can time the market, so there's no point in trying to do that, so I just executed my buys. However, I can absolutely play the sentiment in the room and find advantages to exploit. So let me make sense of all that, since I know that didn't make much sense and neither did that sentence, but here we are and here we go. It's almost Friday, guys, so you gotta roll with me here. The reality is there is a chance that was the bottom and the rocket ship will take off from here. Now, I don't think that is the case, but it could have been. And it could also be a bottom for some stocks, but not for others. Either way, my plan and price targets told me that the prices I saw that morning were great prices, and I needed to buy like I had been doing for the previous 2 weeks. There was a lot of fear that the Fed would screw this all up, but they didn't this time, and their message was right in line with expectations, which was exactly what I expected. You see what I did there? Was that good? Yes? No? Okay. Moving on. The Fed meeting was a hot topic on all my Q&As and in the Discord and in the comments here on YouTube, but we got together and worked through what would happen and planned accordingly, and we were exactly in line with what actually happened. The percentages were against the Fed shocking us, so the fear ahead of time was completely unwarranted, and I knew that, so I just continued to buy. Now, I didn't buy everything, just the stocks that I wanted to add to that were below my price targets. And some stocks had better prices earlier in the week and the week before, and I bought then. And then some stocks, their best price was that day, so I bought then too, and so did the rest of the group. If the Fed would have shocked us, then I planned to just buy again, and it was basically about risk and reward, and the numbers were in our favor. But more importantly, over the long term, it wouldn't matter much anyways, even if we were completely wrong. Great companies will provide great returns, and a company that is already on a huge discount from the valuation, not the all-time highs or anything else, guys, but from the valuation, is worth buying even if it keeps dipping after a surprise. So what is the Fed actually doing? Well, the only thing I can tell you for certain is they are trying to juggle 8 balls all at once, and it's really hard to do. They want to basically slowly pull support without inducing fear in the markets, and simultaneously attempt to tame inflation, which spiked up big again once again, and keep the unemployment rate moving in the right direction, and basically kind of keep everything going in the right direction. They need to get back to neutral again, so they have all their tools in the toolbox to fight the next crisis without disrupting the recovery that's going on. That's a tough job to say the least, and we are just at the beginning stages, but you guys know I tell you to think long term And that is what I am looking at in regards to the Fed and what they are trying to do. So no matter how you slice this, even if the Fed is perfect and it goes completely to plan, the reality is the tap is being turned off. You cannot expect huge complete market moonshots until there are reasons beyond just the trillions in cheap money sloshing around that is basically no longer going to be pumped into the market. Now that doesn't mean some stocks won't moon early, it just means that there is no reason to think the market will do anything but sputter kind of overall, and that will affect most of our stocks. So how the heck do you survive all of this? Well, here's exactly what you need to do to not only survive, but thrive during this time, and that's exactly what I want for all of you, is for all of you to thrive. So the first thing you need to do is ignore the noise. Don't look at your portfolio, it honestly doesn't matter. I'm focused on what to buy next, and looking only encourages emotions, which encourages you to panic sell and then FOMO buy when the next run comes, and trust me guys, it's coming. But the reality is the noise will be at 10 on YouTube, on the news, and everywhere else, and you just need to ignore it. Look at your portfolio from a long-term perspective, not the daily or weekly or monthly fluctuations, and stay focused on executing your plan. And second, please don't be speculating out there, guys. This is not the time to be speculating. You're actually getting great deals on winners, so you need to take advantage of those. And third, keep in mind that the market always comes back. And we have had two actual bear markets in 20 years, and both lasted well under a year, and the last one was like 2 months in 2020, and we all just lived right through that. But on the flip side, look at the bull markets. They last for years. So the pain is always temporary, and to be honest, buying during those bear markets is where my biggest gains have been made in the stock market overall. Those are where the fortunes are made, not during the inevitable run-ups that will come afterwards. And lastly, buy according to your plan. And if you aren't comfortable setting price targets, I completely understand. Just DCA into great stocks. That is an awesome strategy too, and there's nothing wrong with it. Either way, you need to execute when the time is right and stick to your plan. But I want to know what you bought this week and what your opinion of what the Fed is trying to do. I would love to see what you guys are thinking out there. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.